We're joined here today with Dan Bowskill, the Roots-Reggae crossover sensation, whose debut album, More Than Music, is about to hit the stores. So where did your passion for music grow from?
I'd say from the womb, really. Since the age of 13, I've been recording, like at friends' 4-track studios and stuff like that. You know, so from a young age, I've been listening to reggae music. That's what I heard in the house all the time. So that's kind of embedded in me now.
Okay. What type of reggae music was it? Any particular artists?
Specifically, people like Marley, Gregory Isaacs, John Holt, Dennis Brown, Delroy Wilson, people like that. You know, Aswad.
Okay.
Loads and loads, but those are the main kind of guys that I listened to growing up.
You had your love for it, and then you came across your pal, who you formed the Heights with.
Franz Joe. I entered a competition and I met a guy at the competition that knew Franz Joe, and we met and we just got on really well and we just formed a group. Basically, quite simple as that really. We formed a group and we just made music and recorded music, and it was a good time.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
And you guys entered the Urban Boys competition in 2001, which you won back, didn't you? And that kind of opened you up to a whole new realm of possibilities as far as recording and
I mean,
touring.
The prize for that was you got £1,000 prize money, and you got a week in Universal Island Studios. So we recorded an EP there that was released on Paradise Entertainment. It wasn't a big release, but it was a release, it's an EP. That was a great experience, you know, just the whole island record thing, you know, was really cool. Worked with Brother Armstrong, Brother Dido, worked in his studios for a bit. Spent a lot of time with Faithless and Sister Bliss and Nancy Jazz, and you know, just it did open a lot of doors for me. Met a lot of people and a lot of things happened at that point in time.
It was around that time as well when you won the Urban Voice that you went off to Italy, is that correct? And kind of had some success out there.
Well, I didn't actually find out until I went there actually. When I was doing this reggae festival thing over there called Sunsplash, and I was walking around the festival and there was lots of promoters and radio DJs and producers there, and they were like, Danny Vibes, I Believe is a great song, it's a big song, and I was like, wow. I didn't know. I really just sort of decided that, you know, I want to do my own thing, so to speak. And I told friends, and you know.
So your own ambition kind of outweighed that of the Heights.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really, you had to go forward.
I knew I had to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically. Yeah, I mean, I met Jason Price from Ice PR shortly after that. It was quite imminent.
And it was quite strange as well, the way you came across Jason and others, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I was hanging around EMI Publishing one afternoon for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, just standing outside EMI Publishing. And I was saying to myself, what am I doing here? Why am I standing out here, you know, aimlessly, seemingly? And lo and behold, I saw Jason and Bubbles, like Olivier, in the reception area.
Yeah.
So I called them out, and I approached Jason, and I said, I've got some music that I think that you might be interested in. And it being Jason, he was like, okay, cool, here's my number, let's meet up, let's do it, let's, you know, see what you have. Met about a week later, and I remember coming to the studio in crutches, because I'd hurt my foot that week.
Alright.
So I hopped into the studio, and Jason listened to the first song of mine, and he said to me, do you want a coffee? And he said to me, you know, I want to record an album with you, and that's
just from the one song.
Yeah, and recording ensued shortly after that, and I played in a vinyl that I had pressed up with clear water, and he was suitably impressed by that it was on vinyl and it was mastered, and he said, I'm going to sign you off the back of that song, it's such a good song.
Wow.
So here I am now, man.
Yeah. And going on to your new album, your debut, More Than Music. What was that like as a recording experience? Because obviously you'd recorded with the Heights before, but this was the first time that you recorded as a solo artist. How did that differ? Did you enjoy it more? Or?
I enjoyed it on a completely different level because it was a completely different experience. You know, I mean, the Heights stuff was kind of almost partially live music and program music. It was cool, it did what it did, sort of thing. But I always knew deep down inside that I wanted to called a fully live album. And the music to manifest itself in the way that I heard it in my head, which was the same way Jason heard it as well, which was horns, strings, and the rest of it really. So it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience. It was beyond words really.
As you say, you come from a reggae background and you listen to predominantly reggae music. Your album's anything but purely reggae.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to a lot of reggae growing up, but there was a sprinkling of soul as well. I listened to a lot of Motown stuff, so that's always influenced me. I listen to a lot of music.
Yeah.
I don't, pigeonhole myself into any kind of genre. I mean, yes, reggae is definitely my roots. It's definitely the nucleus of what I do. Definitely. But there are different branches. Ways that I express music and myself.
I was listening to a few tracks, such as Mr. Tommy and President Brown, and a few people have been saying they thought President Brown was a reference towards Gordon Brown, the British Prime Minister. And I wanted to try and see if there was any truth behind that. I think what you're trying to do is convey your own beliefs and attitudes of the world around you, and you're kind of creating a fictional character from that. Is that anywhere near?
Yeah, I think you're right there. I mean, there's a Bob Marley song where he sings "Who the Cat Fits," and that's basically how I describe that. It's who the cat fits. If that fits you, then it fits you.
Yeah. There's no right or
who
wrong.
feels it knows it. So it's not necessarily a particular character.
Yeah.
It's just a kind of overview of the system, and that might be interpreted in the song as a character, a name, President Brown. Who the cat fits, really.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, like I say in the song, it's not all doom and gloom, so it's safe for the rest of men.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is that I've walked on the street and I've seen Rasta men or women. When they see me, they smile like, nice to see you, because, I can't explain it, but I pick up that they feel safe or they feel happy when they see me. So that's what I'm saying basically, is to, it's all doom and gloom, man.
Absolutely not. No. Mark Lamarr's actually picked up a track of yours, hasn't he? The single Holy Land, featuring Black Rain.
Yeah.
He described it as a real treat. How does that make you feel when somebody like Mark Lamarr is recognising your art?
It satisfies my soul. I mean, it makes it all kind of worth it, I suppose. That's not the only thing that makes it worth it, but that's definitely a big factor into what makes it worth it. When I listen to Mark Lamarr say that, it gives me goosebumps. Because you couldn't really ask for better comments from somebody, especially someone like Mark Lamarr.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And how was it filming the video for Holy Land?
It was fun, stroke, nerve-wracking.
Why so?
If you've seen the video,
I have.
You should see it. Check it out. It's on YouTube. Dan Bowskill.
You seem quite high up.
Very high, very high. I was placed on a box on top of this high-rise building in Shoreditch, and I'm scared of heights, like a lot of people are. But I found it a kind of, like a learning process. I learned how to conquer fears.
So it's quite cathartic, I guess.
It was a learning process as well, It was fun and it was learning, So I'm on top of the box, looking over this high-rise building. I'm getting further to go. I must love music. I must love what I do. So I mean, I look back at the video and I think, how did you keep that straight face? How did you keep your composure? Because I was scared. I admit I was scared.
The locks will save you.
Cover your face, cover the fear.
All right.